Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and today we're doing an Evil Twins deck profile. So I'm really excited this week guys because we just got an amazing new boss monster for this deck, Evil Twins Trouble Sunny. It fixes a lot of the problems that the deck had with not having a super big boss monster, but this card is absolutely amazing for the deck. I'm also really excited to do this one for you guys because I was actually sent by my friends over at Apollo's Dueling Dojo this amazing playmat to actually use for this video and a amazing field center to show you guys. I absolutely love these field centers and this playmat that was used in this video. It's really amazing. I love all of the stuff that they have in their shop. If you guys would like to check them out, they are right down there in the description down below to their Etsy shop. They have an amazing Etsy shop, and you guys are all the time asking me where I get my playmats from. The majority of my playmats actually come from Apollo's Dueling Dojo, so you can actually check them out right down there in the description. So thank you so much, Apollo, for sending me this one. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell on there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon in the description below for all those awesome rewards like getting your name in the description of every single video, getting us signed cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your patron along with test stands. So without further ado, let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're playing 3 copies of Live Twins Kiss a Kill. This card is a great card for the deck because you're going to be comboing with your Kiss a Kill and your Lillas over and over and over again with this deck, because each time an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can gain 500 life points. And if this card is normal or special summon and you control no other monsters, then you can special summon a Lilla monster from your hand or deck. We then play 3 copies of Live Twins Lilla. Lilla is a great card as well. Shares kind of the same ability as your Kiss a Kill because she basically lets your opponent, or your opponent must pay 500 life points to declare an attack, and if this card is normal or special summon and you control no other monsters, then you can special summon a Kiss a Kill monster from your hand or deck, which is a great effect just to give you additional monsters to start link climbing into the Evil Twin versions of them. We then play 2 copies of Live Twin Kiss a Kill Frost. Kiss a Kill Frost is a great 2 of in my opinion, because if you control a Lilla monster, you can special summon her from your hand, and you can only special summon Live Twins Kiss a Kill Frost once per turn this way, and if a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hand by a card effect while you control an Evil Twins monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard and then you get to draw a card, which is pretty good because you're going to get a little bit more advantage. We then play a single copy of Live Twins Lilla Treat. Lilla Treat is just a 1-of to me because she has a really neat effect that if you control a Kiss a Kill monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and you can only special summon her once per turn this way, and when either player takes damage from battles involving an Evil Twins monster, you can banish this card from the graveyard and then target a face-up monster your opponent controls, and it loses attack equal to the battle damage, which is pretty good just to be able to kind of have almost like a hand trap, like an honest effect almost, to be able to drop the monster down instead of you gaining. It's a really good effect to be able to get over some powerful monsters. We then play a single copy of Evil Twins Kiss a Kill and Lilla. I wanted to play a single copy of the really big boss monster. She's a really neat card because you cannot be normal summoned or set. She must be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by attributing 2 link monsters, and if this card is special summoned, then you can activate this effect that if your opponent controls 3 or more cards, they must send cards to the graveyard so they only control 2 cards. And you can only use each effect of her once per turn. And while you have a Kiss a Kill monster in your graveyard and you have a Lilla monster in your graveyard, she gains 2200 attack, going up to 4400. That is a really big boss monster, and it really helps out the deck a lot, especially with the card Trouble Sunny being in the game now. This card helps out a lot for OTKs. We then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom because Ash Blossom stops our opponent from touching the deck. We play 3 copies of Effect Veiler just to negate monster effects. We play 2 copies of Nibiru because if our opponent makes an insane board, you want to be able to drop this, and a single copy of Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell is just a 1-of to me because I'm playing Crossout Designator, and you can basically protect yourself from graveyard effects with your copy of Ghost Bell because you can stop your opponent from touching the graveyard, and you can also send this card to the graveyard off of your Crossout Designator if your opponent tries to Ghost Spell you. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to be playing a single copy of Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn helps out a lot because you can actually use this card to extend a lot of plays in this deck just to give you that additional monster to OTK your opponent. One copy of Raigeki. Raigeki is really good because it can board wipe your opponent's monsters. One copy of Harpy's Feather Duster to board wipe their spells. I really love using these cards together because it's hilarious just to completely board wipe them with Raigeki Harpy's Feather Duster. It was an old school combo that I used to use a long time ago, but with them now being at 1, you can do it again, which is super cool. We play a single copy of Call by the Grave just to stop hand traps. 2 copies of Triple Tactical Talents just to stop your opponents from hand trapping you, because if they do hand trap you, you can either draw 2, take control of an opponent's monster, or look at your opponent's hand and choose 1 card from it and shuffle it into the deck. This card comes in very handy just to stop your opponent from doing all sorts of stuff against you and give you a little bit more card advantage if they do hand trap you. We play 3 copies of Crossout Designator because the Crossout Designator is basically here just to stop your opponent from hand trapping you. If you're looking for a little bit more budget of a card for this particular slot, you can drop it for Dark Ruler No More, but you will lose a little bit of utility where you're trying to OTK your opponent. You could change it out as well for another one-of card in this position, and 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. That is another option for you guys, but you're just basically looking for a generic spell card if you're trying to change this out. But I do highly recommend the Crossout Designators just to stop your opponent from going in with hand traps. We then play 2 copies of Live Twins Home. Live Twins Home is a 2-0 to me because it lets you discard a card, which isn't that great to discard a card in this deck, to special summon a Kiss a Kill monster or a Lilla monster from your deck. And also for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except for Evil Twin monsters. So it does lock you in a little bit, but it is a good card to set against your opponent if they do board wipe you, to special summon out 2 monsters back to your side of the field, because you will get the Kiss a Kill and then you can get the Lilla if you don't control another monster. So I still like it as a 2-of. We then play 3 copies of Secret Password. Secret Password is really nice because it lets you add a Live Twin or Evil Twin spell or trap from your deck to your hand, and if you control a Kiss a Kill monster and you control a Lilla monster, then you can add an Evil Twin monster from your deck to your hand instead, which helps out a lot to be able to search the big boss monster in the main deck. And then we play 3 copies of Live Twin Sunny Snitch. This card is so good because Sunny has the ability that when this card is activated, you get to add a Live Twin monster from your deck to your hand, and then while you control an Evil Twin monster or monsters, you can gain 200 life points, and if you do, inflict 200 damage to your opponent, which is a pretty good effect that each time your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster, you do a little bit of burn damage. It almost makes you think of a Trickstar card, and I really love what it does. Just burning your opponent by 200 and then giving you 200 is just really good because it really starts to add up. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're playing a single copy of Evil Twins Challenge. Evil Twins Challenge is a good card because it's almost like a Monster Reborn. It lets you target a Kiss a Kill monster or a Lilla monster in the graveyard, special summon it, and then immediately this card resolves. Immediately after this card resolves, you link summon a Evil Twin Link monster using monsters you control as material, which is pretty good just to give you a card to get you into another monster. We then play for the last 3 cards of the main deck. We're playing 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence just to stop your opponent with all the hand traps that we can possibly play in this deck. I really love the Infinite Impermanences in this deck because you can drop it against your opponent to stop monster effects, and it helps out a lot while you're trying to go for Trouble Sunny. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. I will mention you guys as well, if you still want to build this deck and you are looking for a little bit of a budget option for some of the cards like Crossout Designator and stuff like that, Triple Tactical Talents, you can play some of the some of the Evil Twin Trap cards in this deck as well, and it will make up for those Crossout Designators if you do want to go that route. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Evil Twin Trouble Sunny. This card is so good in the deck and is exactly what this deck needed. What this card does is it takes 2 monsters, including an Evil Twin monsters, to summon this card, and then quick effect, you contribute this card to special summon a Kiss a Kill monster and a Lilla monster from your graveyard. And you can banish this card from the graveyard and send an Evil Twin monster from your hand or deck, or face it from the field to the graveyard to send a card on the field to the grave. any card. It doesn't matter what you send. It's also a 3,300 attack point monster, and it is absolutely insane. I love this card for this deck, and you absolutely have to play 3. We then play 3 copies of Kiss-a-Kill, Live Twin or Evil Twin Kiss-a-Kill. I like 3 copies. I think she's a really good card in this deck, because if this card is special summon and you control a Lila monster, you can draw a card, and then during the main phase, if you don't control Lila, quick effect, you can special summon Lila from the graveyard, and also you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the term, except for Fiend monsters, which is not that big of a deal because the majority of the stuff we're playing in the extra deck is Fiend anyways. We then play 2 copies of Lila. Lila 2 is fine. I've always, with this deck, bounced between 2 and 3 Lila, but I'm really liking 2 right now because of Sunny. And this card has the ability, if this card is special summoned and you control a Kiss-a-Kill monster, then you can target 1 monster on the field and destroy it. And then during the main phase, if you don't control a Kiss-a-Kill monster, quick effect, you can special summon a Kiss-a-Kill monster from your graveyard. And also you can't special summon monsters from your check for the rest of the turn. Really good card effect just to get you that additional card on the field. It does pop a card if you control Kiss-a-Kill, which is a great effect, and it's just an overall great card to kind of roll back and forth with your Kiss-a-Kill and your Lila. We then play for the other Link monsters. I'm playing a single copy of the Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. This card is really good just to out your opponent's field. It's really easy in this deck to put 4 monsters on the field and then use 1 card on your opponent's side of the field as the last one. She is a Fiend, so it comes in really handy, and she's just an overall extra card just to out your opponent's field. We play a single copy of Unicorn to spin stuff, Phoenix to pop spells and traps, and a single copy of IP Masquerena. Now the neat thing is all of these cards except for Masquerena are actually Fiends, which is really neat. So basically everything but Masquerena you can go into. I did even think about dropping the IP Masquerena in the deck to go for a Nightmare Cerberus, so that is an option for you guys if you want to go that route. We then play a single copy of Sky Cavalry. Sky Cavalry is really good because it helps us go for Zeus, 1 copy of Downward Magician to give Zeus an additional material, and a single copy of Zeus just a board wipe, because you can make Sky Cavalry really easily in this deck because you have so many level 2s. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I really love this deck. It's super fun to be able to play around with. It's really neat because it's like the YouTuber deck, because they're YouTubers, which is really neat, like the Live Twins Home and stuff like that. Secret Passcode, like it looks like that, which is really amazing. And I really love this playmat that Apollo actually sent me, and definitely check them out down in the description below. They have all sorts of really cool things like playmats and field centers, and these field centers are really, really good. I love them. They actually have a little bit of a hollow foiling. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they do. Right over here in the building, you can really see it right there. I really love the way that they look. The playmats are really awesome. They're high quality. If you guys would like to check them out, they are right down there in the description down below. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.